Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing fine. Today I am here to talk a little about another important topic. There is a little neglected yet so important quality which is believed to have a direct connection with our sense of satisfaction with our relationship, and also with our ability to upgrade our relationship and foster good communication skills. This quality is about curiosity and willingness to show interest about our partner and different aspects of his or her personality, our relationship with this person, and life as partnership. I have many times encountered this topic in therapy sessions and realized that this is curiosity which is missing in the atmosphere and relational space, which this person is lacking as an important part of his communication tools, not only toward himself but also in relation to his partner. Because, as mentioned earlier, we have no other way to survive and grow than to connect and foster intimacy and understanding in each other. When we enter into relationship, our brains constantly varying patterns of neurochemical distribution and energy conception and production cause that we seek and crave the other person's psychological and physical presence and closeness all the time. And this has, actually a good function, since this curiosity and enthusiasm to know and discover more about that specific person will provide us with knowledge, with information, more information about him or her, and therefore this will facilitate decision-making process, development of sense of connection, embracing the other person's and also our own emotional and psychological needs in that special, relational dynamics in that relationship. Through years of clinical work and by my privilege of having the chance to meet and talk to many people, I came to realization and belief that every human being is a galaxy of unknown planets of feelings, thoughts, and mental and psychological activities which are worth to discover, recognize, and embrace. There is always, something new to understand, to discover, and to be curious about. Many couples fall into bored era of having scarce or no interest for their partners anymore after a while. Typically, a few years after their marriage or following a few years since beginning of their relationship. The absence of novelty and excitement is something that almost all types of human relationships will at some level get influenced by and go through, as our brains and bodies, our nervous systems transfer to a new phase of habit and activity, and everything about that person will get accustomed and stabilized. This is not a bad or unfortunate things to happen. This is actually something beautiful, as this stability and predictability come to help the relationship to get strengthened and become more robust and established. But here it will also be a risk for danger, as many get just literally absorbed and too accustomed, habituated to this safety and stability. They might sink into their repetitive routines and daily structure and may miss the opportunity to reconsider their connection and really pay attention and put effort into revitalizing their relationship. My experience says that this indifference and reluctant sort of approaches toward each other's behaviors, desires, boundaries, wills, and interests will contribute to a bigger potential for resentment and latent, aggressive and toxic dynamics. Because in order to foster safety, intimacy, and connectedness, we have to fuel the relationship with curiosity, an urge and understanding to move forward toward discovering our partner's soul. I think that, it demands commitment and a deeper understanding of the fact that our relationship is worth to taken care of and to be protected by us, by both sides, right? So many people are just not aware how important this is, and then they lose everything, and they may feel that this huge loss came totally out of the blue and very suddenly, and as they had good established home with everything at its place, good routines and so on. But they perhaps were not much aware of the power of those, resentment moments and frustrations and decline of interest to which they did not tend paying attention enough and process. Emotional safety, which is proven to be one of the most reliable predictor of a well-functioning and long-lasting relationship with enhanced quality and satisfaction, is something that both partners should make an attempt to make and provide each other with. This is a quality which is developed through, utilizing skills and awareness. This is about providing care and protection. Our relationship is like a baby, another human being, which is, dependent on fulfillment of essential needs to survive. And one of the tools which we can use is curiosity and nurturing interest and connection. And of course, this might not be possible without being connected with ourselves at the first place. This is about, embracing authenticity and our own feelings first, being curious about ourselves and be interested in understanding the emotions and all mental activities which are ongoing within ourselves. So we know by research that curious people connect better. I have never met a couple who were, successful and living a fulfilling life together, full of satisfaction, whose level of curiosity and interest about their own internal worlds was low. I claim this will be impossible to achieve without curiosity for both ourselves and the other person. I remember that a client of mine said to me that she missed so much all of those good, romantic moments which she had with her boyfriend in the first year of their relationship, and that she felt that, all the good vibes and excitement and energy, sexual and intimate attraction have faded out and disappeared from their relationship, which used to be a very passionate and warm one before. She told me that she struggled to make him see that they were distancing from each other, and that this boring and indifferent space in the room between them is just killing her, killing, life and relationship. She tried to talk to him. She could express and share her feelings about, this experience, her subjective feelings about this, and her struggle to be seen and to save her relationship very well for me. And for me, this was a sign of the fact that she was able actually to reflect and connect to herself, because she was capable of expressing what she really needed for herself and also for both of them and for the sake of their relationship. So interestingly, she was able to be curious about her own emotional needs, and through this curiosity and enthusiasm to understand what she herself is in need for and misses, what is off in her relationship, she could find interest in trying to understand which needs her partner might have as well. So at least she tried to talk about it and ask him about his emotions and thoughts, and she booked an appointment with me and tried everything she could do, to do something for this situation, but it did not help, unfortunately, as her partner was apparently not very interested or curious enough to engage. And such a problem, of course, may have different reasons why, for example, someone loses the willingness and true interest for engaging in a repair process. This might be due to lack of motivation and accumulated resentment through time and anger and other possible emotional related reasons. But the question is, what should we do to maintain curiosity and how to use it actively and consciously as a tool to enhance quality of our relationship? As I have mentioned, always said, emotional safety and intimacy are the protectors of a solid and long-lasting relationship. One of our main tools to maintain intimacy and safety is communication and fostering curiosity skill. This is simple. This is a very simple but yet powerful mechanism. If you get a gut feeling, an impression that your partner is feeling frustration or resentment or whatever unpleasant, it is very important that you ask him or her about her emotional experience and be curious. Show that you're curious about her way of understanding things or his perspective. And doesn't necessarily mean to do very special interventions or develop and practice a skill proficiently. It is about the little steps, the little moments of sparkle of curiosity. For example, by asking your partner some simple but meaningful questions, for example about his past, about her past. For example, you may dedicate some little time during the week to talk about your past and previous experiences with respect to different life situations and share these thoughts and reflections with your partner. How he thinks that childhood and his general subjective experience and emotions from his past experiences have shaped his personality traits or contributed to developing his unique preferences, reaction patterns, behaviors, coping mechanisms, and so on. Such a question may give a feeling of appreciation and admiration and respect for your partner, because you give her or him the opportunity to put words on some silent thoughts that he has always thought about, perhaps, but did not have the opportunity or even dare to share them with someone. So this will strengthen actually the emotional bond and safety. In addition, it can also help to think through and change your usual routines, to add or give a chance to something new to try that you have never tried before. It can be hobbies, it can be making food and doing exercises, walking together, and other habits that would move you out of your comfort zone that you have been habituated to. And another point that I would like to highlight here is the importance of curiosity in decreasing negativity and potential for toxic dynamics and defense appliance by relationship partners, by you and by your partner. Where there is curiosity, interest, engagement, there will be intimacy. There will be safety, connection, and no need for protective strategies and defenses. I hope that these reflections have given you a bit of a sense of how important it is to maintain curiosity and listening, seeing, and trying to understand yourself and also your partner's need in the relationship. So please keep in touch, keep curious and safe. Please ask questions if you have any, and leave a comment and share this video with your friends. Thank you for tuning in and for your support.